Hey guys, and welcome back to Tales of Zestiria with Illustrated Games. On this episode, I would like to first of all apologise. This is actually being recorded with post-commentary, unfortunately. When I recorded the audio for this episode, it must have corrupted at some point during the recording and it wouldn't let me save any of it. So unfortunately I'm going to have to do post-commentary for this episode, but the game footage itself is absolutely fine. So in the last episode we fixed the Grifflet Bridge with the help of our new Earth Seraph, Edna, and then came to Marlind, the Plague Town. So on this episode we're going to have to see what we can do about this plague, I guess. Something that really bugs me is that Marlind is just such a creepy town when you first get here. I mean, you can see the malevolence floating about, it's just so thick. And like, I know it was thick in Lady Lake before we purified Lady Lake, but here it's just awful, and then the music is worse. And everybody you talk to as well talks about death and like digging graves and things. Oh dear. So yeah, Marlind before purification is one of my least favourite areas in the game, I'm not going to lie. So yeah, part of purifying Marlind involves these weird hellhound heads that you're finding all around town. That's the second one that we've purified. We'll get a little bit more information on those in a minute, but for now, just know that there is a reason why I'm going around and purifying all of these weird wolf heads. Now we're just heading towards the sub-quest, and it's actually a turtles. I'd like to apologise in advance for my awful accent. Seems like it's credible sightings. You must be closest by. Oh yeah, I made new maps. Thanks for the business, now I can continue on my journeys. I hate doing their voices, honestly. The reports of sightings seem to check out. You can't be far. If you say so, turtles. Oh dear. The turtles are just very weird. I don't know why they're in this game, honestly, but it makes a funny subquest when you get to see more of it later on. And again with the wolf heads, yeah, they're just everywhere. So you might have already noticed by the time code of this episode, it does go on for a little bit longer than usual. Thank you, Lila. It does go on for a little bit longer than usual, because I did run over a little bit during my recording. I'm starting to wonder actually if it was recording for too long on the audio that is what corrupted it, although I have recorded for longer than that on audio before and it didn't corrupt, which is very strange, but I don't know, guess we'll have to go with it. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna take the medicine to the sanctuary just after I open this chest over here. And here, you can see me regret my decision, and then just ignore it.
Lady Alicia, you made it safely!
I've brought medicine. What's happening?
We can do naught to stop the infection. The disease has spread to our ranks. We cannot even exterminate the wild dogs.
At this rate, the entire kingdom may very well succumb to its ravages.
By the stars.
First, please distribute the medicine.
Right away.
Things will be okay. They've got resources now.
Yes.
And we can help dispatch the hellhounds.
And yet, I suspect that they are not the true source of this epidemic.
A stronger Hellion, born of powerful malevolence.
And then there's just this weird-ass pad up to the ceiling. Honestly, the strangest camera transitions. Yeah. This part of the game is really heavy. Because it's like, hey, everyone is dying. Oh, right. I just hope all those affected will survive this. I can only pray the medicine Nave entrusted to us will be enough to get the town back on its feet. Never before have I felt so powerless. Again, really heavy part of the game. No one can actually do anything because it's an infection. And this kind of thing still happens in real life, even though there's like medicines and things that can cure illnesses like this. It's really, really depressing.
The dragon!
No, it's just a Hellion. You can tell because the humans don't see it.
It's landing over there!
Well, I guess we're going over there then. Once I stop... I don't even know what I was talking about here. Something like that right there in town. Do you think the Hellion is in the same situation as Uno? What should we do, Saray? Well, go and purify
It just exploded on its own.
Anytime black stuff comes up on the screen now, it's just like, for God's sake, why can't anyone cook? I was going to try and get this hellhound, but...
Don't tell me you're gonna fight it. It looks like a dragon to me.
We don't know that for sure. You can tell me if it gets too dangerous.
Wonderful. And I wind up with all the responsibility as usual.
That Hellion is called a Drake. It's a younger form of dragon.
It looks like the city's malevolence is energizing it somehow.
Then we have to kill it while we still have time.
Wait!
Don't, Alicia!
Hold on!
Look out!
Crap!
Why didn't Micleo just go back inside as well? Actually, I have theories on that. I'll talk about that in a minute.
That was close. Sorry, we didn't mean to startle you.
Again?
Well, we gotta do something. Edna, you said that the malevolence in the city is energizing that thing, right?
Probably.
Then we should focus on purifying the malevolence.
Indeed. I expect that would naturally weaken the Drake.
Although it sounds like a huge hassle.
Well, you gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet.
The plan sounds good enough to me. Though your choice of metaphor less so.
Even if we do manage to weaken it, we can't fight it if we can't bring it down.
We'll find a way to accomplish that too. With everyone's help.
Hassle times 2.
Slow and steady wins the race, Edna.
Oh, yes. I prefer that metaphor to the one where we're eggs that go splat.
Time to begin operation slow and steady.
Well, I guess that's a thing. Oh, we're gonna talk... Yeah. Slow and steady, right? We should search every street and alleyway. I expect we will find the source of the town's malevolence without too much trouble. Well, hopefully. It's like they're partially alienized? That's talking about the wolf heads. Come on. I get that impression too. They're less powerful than most we've fought until now, but they're still hellionish. These might be the same as the hellhounds we encountered at the town entrance, don't you think? The flames you and Lila wield ought to be able to purify them, so it might be best to take care of them while we can, don't you think? Is that... It might do some good toward helping Marlind recover from the plague. I think she said, don't you think, at the end of 2 sentences in a row there. But yeah, I do agree. Not another scene. Okay, cool. Yeah, what I was going to say before, actually, is that... about Micleo, as you'll probably have noticed, because I did point out, at the end of that scene when they started running away from the Drake, Lila and Edna went back into Saray, their vessel, but Mikleo didn't. And that's something that he does in a lot of the scenes. He doesn't go back into Saray or like stay inside there. He often likes to come out and like stand by his side. I think he maybe finds it weird actually to have a vessel because for years he didn't have one. Also here I was pointing out that I get major Holler vibes from the giant tree here. If you've ever played Vesperia, you'll know what I talk about. But yeah, in many of the scenes Mikleo doesn't want to stay inside Saray, his vessel, and he does want to come out and be involved. And part of me thinks that he just thinks it's very strange to have a vessel and to stay inside the vessel all the time because he's not used to doing that. And another part of me thinks that it might also be his wish to be involved and help out as much as possible. Obviously, with the fight from before, he didn't get to help out as much as he wanted. He felt like he didn't come all this way just to be a liability. That's what he says, and it's...
Guess that's all the hellhounds in town.
The epidemic here should settle at least a little bit now.
Yeah, but only momentarily.
It was not done in vain. The malevolence has subsided considerably.
We purified the Hellions causing the plague, but... if the malevolence is not yet dissipated, the source of the problem must lie elsewhere. Like in that giant star that we can't avoid, even though I wanted to try and avoid it and that it didn't work. Probably. Yeah, that was all I had to say on the matter before anyway, so let's just head on with the scenes.
We going in?
So, are you scared of ghosts too?
Would you like me to hold your hand?
It's not like that. You understand, don't you, Saray?
I'm sensing a huge domain. There's definitely a strong Hellion here.
It could be hiding anywhere in the museum. We better canvass the entire area. See what I did there? Canvas is a fabric used as a painting surface, and...
Please stop.
Oh wow, I just got it.
See, it was just enough explaining.
It wants us to come in.
Looks like it.
Their reactions to Lila's puns give me life, especially Alicia just not getting it at all. It's just so funny to me. Oh dear, poor Alicia. Oh dear. Right, I think, yeah, there should be a save point skit. Are you gonna give us the skit? Yeah, okay. I was gonna go and see the other star, but we have to go into the museum now, which was, you know. Yeah. Anyway, coexisting with the Seraphim.
So there's no Guardian Seraph here either.
Looks like it.
I don't want to assume that the entire world is like this, but...
I think there are quite a lot of Seraphim who are less than fond of humans.
Can it really be that hard for humans and Seraphim to coexist peacefully again?
Do you really think that could happen? Must be nice living in a fantasy world.
It isn't necessarily just a fantasy.
But look at the reality.
I understand that it may be difficult to achieve, sure. But in reality, there was a time like that in the past.
There are records in the ruins and in the Celestial Record.
When is this past you're referring to?
Long, long ago. But even now, there are Seraphim like you, Edna.
Huh?
And we figured out that we could bring back the blessing as well.
Yep. I think this is a step towards coexistence with the Seraphim and humans. I'll be counting on you, Edna.
Selfish as ever. That's why I can't stand humans.
Get used to it.
Selfish types everywhere. Jeez.
Oh, I love Edna. I might have said it before that her kind of jaded view on everything is actually really interesting to me. Just she really distrusts humans, and yet she's fighting for the sake of them with this party. I mean, obviously it's for the sake of her brother as well, which is something that, you know, we'll gloss over that for now. Yeah, we're gonna head into the museum now. Yeah, okay. I make no secret of hating this place. I hate Amnoni Museum, honestly. The first time I played this game, I played this part of it quite late at night, and it just gave me such creepy vibes. Oh god, I hate this place so much. I'm like, oh, sleeping after that
Such important cultural artifacts.
This is awful. We can't forgive this.
I mean, look, they've absolutely scratched these bits up to heck and, like, destroyed so many beautiful, valuable artifacts. I can understand why they're all very distraught about it. This place must have been very important to the culture of Highland. I'll also do a bit of cleanup detail, why not? Oh, and here I was trying to avoid a fairy, and then I successfully avoid a fairy and get a spider instead. Yep, there we go. So, a spider edge. It's a spider hellion. Reminds me of the Mabinogi ruins. Back then it was all I could do to chase them off, but now I'm strong enough to purify them. That's really good, Suri, I'm glad.
Is it the same one we saw in the ruins? This one could be much stronger.
You've really seen hellions like this in that ruin?
You couldn't see them in the translation. So yeah, as you can see, I definitely tend to mean the Seraphim more than I tend to mean Suri. I'm like, with these spiders, because they come over to attack you while you're casting, it's sometimes easier just to like go in with Edna and just smack them about with the umbrella. But she's quite... She and Micleo are quite good for being able to go between physical and seraphic arts quite easily.
Huh? I'm fine. Let's go on ahead.
Alright. Lila's not as good for it, I think. Like, she's okay, but her attacks are quite slow, so it gives her a bit of a disadvantage. Whereas Edna's and Micleo's are a lot quicker. Micleo in particular is very versatile with the staff for martial arts as well as seraphic arts. Here I'm doing a quick save because there's a pixie, and yeah, they bug me. Also, you may think it childish, but I've always believed in fairies. I just knew one day I'd meet one. Oh, Alicia, I think they're hellions. Sorry, girl.
Moxie.
Oh my! I can see fairies.
I believe they're also hellions.
Yep. With these things, it's actually easier just to spam seraphic arts, especially rock lance, because rock lance has a very short casting time. And they also have seraphic arts. So being a seraph for this particular enemy is very valuable because of the rock paper scissors thing with arts, hidden arts, which can only be used by humans or in Armanis form, they actually speed up casting time for enemies if you hit them with that type of art.
Let us relish this victory and sally forth.
Whereas the other two arts can cancel out the first, because if you hit a seraphic art with a seraphic art, if your seraphic art comes off first, then it's going to interrupt the other caster. But martial arts are the best way to interrupt casting, probably. I just didn't want to get close to the fairies. So yeah, we're just going to head through this door now. And there's another pixie who I'll have to fight. Luckily this one will get cut out though.
Snacks are done.
So this is the power of purification.
My powers aren't much, but I try.
See, this is the best part about doing post-commentary. I don't have to do the battles. I can sit back and relax. Anyway, is this place important to the kingdom? Somnonia Museum was home to many valuable Highland artifacts and works of art. It pains me to find it in such a state of ruin. Okay. It's sometimes quite difficult to... Oh yeah, painting, yeah. Oh no, the painting fell off the wall. I wonder what the wall says. Step on weed and weed gains strength. Step on them and what takes place? Squash on their bellies and their guts pop out, squishy and red flying out of their mouths.
What sinister writings? It looks like they were scrawled in blood.
See, I told you, creepy vibes, creepy everything. Can you blame me for thinking it's very, very creepy? Hey, Alicia, that writing on the wall. Yes, it concerns me too, and who would write such eerie nonsense, and in blood, no less? Whoever it is, they're clearly deeply disturbed. One cannot speak. Oh yeah, this is where I got scared thinking I was going to get a dangerous encounter. Luckily, I don't get a dangerous encounter.
My will shall pierce thee, just like this spear.
If that was a dangerous encounter, you probably would have seen it, but luckily, didn't get one. Yeah, this...
Experience leads to confidence. Who's next?
This entire area, the museum, is mostly just fights at the moment because it's a dungeon. It's a dungeon. But we're supposed to purify the malevolence, so... Oh yeah, here we get a new Hellion, Scorpion, and I get to debut my Edna voice. A pointlessly huge Scorpion Hellion. There's no reason to be that huge. You can tell I didn't think this one through at all. I don't know if that was a good Edna voice, but I hope it was. I love Edna. Heart. I love you, Edna.
Truly a Hellion? Is that really a Scorpion? It's so large.
But that makes it easier to hit, right? Finally.
It definitely makes it easier to hit with air pressure.
Is it over? I'm kinda tired.
Sorry about all my spamming, by the way. Luckily you don't need to see too much of it because a lot of my fights do get cut out. But later on into the game, when I get more arts...
I like your moxie.
Did I leave this in? Don't know if I actually meant to leave this fight in, but I guess we're watching me do another fight.
Nice job, Nickleo!
You've been slacking off, haven't you?
Okay, sorry about that one. It doesn't make the battle. It doesn't make the video too much longer, so I'll just leave that one in. Right. Yeah, again, sorry about all my spamming of arts and things. As we get further through the game, I'll get more arts, and my technique will be a bit better. But for now, it is quite early on, and I've barely got any arts. I do think I'm actually playing with better technique in this playthrough than I have in quite a few of my other playthroughs, especially the first one. In the first one I had no idea what I was doing. So yeah, we're in a very creepy corridor now. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, there's a nice beheaded statue here. Let's have a look at that. Swing the blade once, cut off the right hand. Swing it again, there goes the left hand. The wicked thief cries out in pain. It hurts, it screams he vain. It screams he vain. Swing the blade once more and cut off their head, and the thief goes silent, the thief is dead. Oh man.
Is this a statue of the shepherd? What senseless vandalism.
I messed up. The wicked thief cries out in pain. It hurts, it screams in vain. Yeah, okay. I definitely failed at that, sorry. You having a good time there? Just kind of... Oh yeah, I was trying to show the cloak and be like, yeah, it's the shepherd. There's a cloak, I guess. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. Yeah, this place is filled with creepy stuff and statues and lots of cobwebs, actually. Life balls, however, come in very handy, Alicia.
That was radiant, Edna!
Suppose I could learn from your level of reserve.
Looks like we win!
Oh yeah, there I was, I decided to change some of my equipment and things, and then I just went and bought that pixie afterwards. So I decided I might as well just cut that out because it wasn't anything important.
What the?
And that's Suri making black stuff again. Because of course he is. Oh, I wonder what that was. I say as if I don't know. I think I actually missed this next thing when I played it the first time. Why have I stopped? Okay. I don't know what that was about. I think I must have been saying something, but I always can't remember.
You were quite strong, but we're no pushovers either.
By the way, if any of you get annoyed with me leaving in all these victory quotes, just let me know. I know that you see duplicates all the time. Chew and swallow rent meat with teeth. The evil ones taste juicy and sweet. Eat their flesh and suck bones dry. Not one scrap will leave behind.
Eating people? What is this about?
I love how concerned Lila sounds. She's just like, what? This doesn't make any sense. Oh look, another pixie. How fun. Yay. Come on, just fight already.
I truly hate making snacks. I mean, hate it.
Yeah, I probably should just cut out all of the victory quotes, shouldn't I? Yeah, again, let me know if they're bugging any of you, me keeping all of these victory quotes in, especially when there's duplicates, and I'll try to make sure that I don't leave duplicate ones in the future. I just think they're a nice way of, like, showing how well I do in battle, as well as, like, having a little bit of dialogue, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, a statue of a noble being.
This statue, it radiates such dignity.
You can tell from his expression that he must have been a great warrior.
A fine man. I would like to see his entire body.
Oh, but wouldn't he be
more or less naked?
That's what makes him attractive, in an aesthetic sense.
Well, it's true that the perfectly toned body of a warrior may be aesthetically pleasing, but...
Alicia, unladylike.
No, I only meant it as a generalization. I really have no personal interest in that sort of thing.
Not at all, huh?
I mean, not much. Just enough. The normal amount.
Wow, settle down. It's just a statue.
Seriously. Though it's true that King Claudin epitomizes the warrior ideal.
Hold on, this is King Meliodas, right? Not King Claudin.
What? But then it wouldn't match with the style at all.
Yes, because this bust was carved as a speculation on the style of future generations.
I think your interpretation is a bit far-fetched.
Well, I think you're trapped in stereotypical views.
All right. Look, let's drop our preconceptions and start over then. Can we identify the subject? What features stand out?
Wow, settle down. It's just a statue.
Seriously.
I like that skit. It's quite funny. My favourite part is the fact that Suri and Mickley have a little historical argument. I'm a little bit of a history nerd, I guess. Like, not enough to have pursued it in any depth, but I do like learning about history and hearing their little debates. It's so much fun. But speaking of their debate, actually, I just remembered King Claudin. Okay, kids. Okay. Claudin and Meliodas are actually two names that come up in Arthurian legend as well, so I completely forgot about this earlier, so I'll just mention it now. Claudin is based on the character Prince Claudin, who was the son of the Frankish king Claudius, and Meliodas was father to Tristan, apparently. I have them all written down in a notebook, so sorry if you can hear my paper rustling. I think there might be even more in there that's like relevant to where we are right now. But I will leave it for now because we are about to have a big thing happen, I guess. I decided to like cut out, I decided to heal my characters and then save, and I just cut that all out because it was not really worth showing. But now we're going to go into a boss battle, as you do, because save points are always before boss battles. And here I noticed that every painting in this every painting and work of art in this building is destroyed in one way or another, or like crooked or anything, except for this beautiful painting of a child. That's the only one that's completely pristine, and I wonder what the significance of that must be. Like, did the person who rummaged this place have some sort of connection to this girl? It's kind of strange, and I'd like to know more about it, but I suppose we'll never know more. And now we get to fight. It's Knight Arthur, which you might have already guessed is a reference to Arthurian legend. I don't need to tell you that.
I suppose this hellion must be the source.
Lucky for you, it isn't a ghost, Mikleo.
I told you it's not like that.
Save it for later.
You might have noticed for that battle it actually forced me to pair with Mikleo. I was paired with Lila. With Lila? No, I was paired with Edna. But it switched up my party so that it was Zestiria with Mikleo and then Alicia with Lila. That's something that the game does quite a lot. It makes you play with Mikleo, which I don't mind doing because I like playing as Mikleo, but for this one it's resistant to water specifically, and it's weak to earth. Why would you take out the only thing that it's weak to, honestly? But yeah, you'll notice that even with this boss battle, what I tended to do was spam quite a few spells, mostly because Alicia's dying. Mostly because this is, as I said, weak to earth, and I believe it was weak to art specifically. So if I kept spamming rock lands specifically, then it would keep up the power hit combo for the other characters to continue. Although I think Saray has a few earth arts that he would be able to use anyway. But it's actually... Don't die, Lila. Oh yeah, I actually made a good choice. As you can see, I switched myself to be partnered with Alicia so that Saray can armatize, which makes things a hell of a lot easier. Oh my god. Doesn't stop this fight from being a little bit difficult. We're about half health though. So this is actually going quite fast compared to some of the other boss battles. Cough cough, Kinda, cough cough. That doesn't mean that it's going particularly well, because as you'll see, things do go a bit to hell towards the end of this fight. Yeah, specifically weak to arts, and it's weak to earth, and non-elemental as well. It's not resistant against fire, so this is actually quite a good party. Except Alicia's now dead. As I said, things go to hell. And I can't armatize because Alicia's a piece of trash and she can't armatize. It's only Saray the Shepherd who can armatize. Alicia's useful. She managed this far. I'm slightly concerned for Saray and Lila. Like, this is me watching it back and I'm just so concerned even though I know what happens. Like, I did this fight so I know what it is, but yeah. I don't have... Yeah, there they are, they're dead. Luckily Mikleo is still alive. Yep, there he is. So that helps. I'm just trying to stay out of the way of this thing and I do get hit there. This is me trying to find what kind of arts I can use against it, and I found that I don't think I actually had any. Yeah, no. I didn't have any that fit this guy. Which was annoying. Oh yeah, and then I decided to bring back Alicia. Which, if you've played this game before, you'll know is stupid, because she just rushes into battle and you're just like, well, crap. That was a stupid idea, Alicia. And then I did a stupid thing, and I decided to fight it really close up, which is a stupid decision to make. Yep, there's Alicia gone again.
Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. Don't mess.
I mean, honestly, what is this fight?
Don't mess. Don't mess.
I feel like the further you get into the fights, the less common sense you have. But I also have low focus, which doesn't help.
Try this. Don't mess.
You might be able to tell I quite like long range attacks. Also, it's only got 606 health, then everything just goes to hell. Look, it's probably only got like 300 damage now. 300 health, and everyone except for Suri is dead. He has 98 health. But luckily, I managed to do a thing. And oh god, this last hit. This could have been my death, honestly. If that had hit me, I would have died.
Stop it, you big lug! Prancing prickle bores, what's gotten into you?
Sorry.
What a fool I was. I should have realized you would be here, Atakk.
Oh my goodness! It's pretty Lady Lila. How you been? Oh, you never were a lick of fun.
Is this a friend of yours?
Sort of. It was a long time ago.
My name's Atakk. Cheese to please ya.
That's a weird name.
Well, aren't you rude? Don't you know that Atakk is a Norman name of the highest pedigree? Means I'm fancy.
It looks sort of like the thing attached to Edna's umbrella.
Let's save talk of Edna's thingy for later, shall we? That one's a particularly long story.
Is it?
It is?
Hey, Lila, what's a Norman?
They're a special kind of seraphim. They aren't quite as powerful as a lord of the land, but they can still be a help to other seraphim.
How?
Well, they have the ability to boost another seraph's power. They're kind of like a maid of sorts.
That's my Lila. You know me like the back of your lily-white hand.
Like a maid? I'm afraid I'm not so sure I get it.
Lila's explanations can be pretty off the cuff.
Silly billies like you could never understand what Lila and I mean to each other.
I'm not sure I want to understand.
Well, anyways, y'all are Lila's friends and all. Maybe I can treat you to some grub.
Well, that was strange. And also that battle was fun. Yeah, killed 7 times. And used 7 BG. And landed 40 hits! Woo! Anyway, I think we're about to talk to Alicia. I think I was just talking about how that last hit was really close, because it honestly was. Anyway, never met such an eccentric seraph. And what could be the relation between Norman and Edna? There's something she's not telling us. Well, that's a very deep and dark path to be going down today. Another thing I did want to mention that I believe I mentioned the first time I recorded this was actually the Atakk is voiced by the same voice actor who voices Rokuro from Berseria. If you've ever played Berseria or heard the English voice actors from Berseria, you'll know how strange that is. Oh, he has a very good range of voice acting skills, but dear god. Oh god. He also voices a couple of other NPCs in this game. I might mention it when we get to them, but for now, we'll leave it be. Am I just gonna stand there for ages? Oh no, okay.
Nicholas, Sunlight Girl, Jean-Luc's the Loomer. This is a massacre! Who could have done such a thing?
Well...
You did. You turned into a Hellion.
I remember. It was me. I went out of my head, tore my beloved treasures apart, and now they're gone forever!
What did I tell you? Huge range of voice acting talent right there. Oh dear. Atakk. Poor little dude. Should we do something? He's in tears. Yeah, we'll go and talk to him, don't worry, Alicia. Yeah, he's just sitting there, so... Oh yeah, this was me being like, oh yeah, wow, I didn't realize you could just leave him.
Atakk, what on earth happened that made you turn into a Hellion?
I'm sure it's hard for you, but can you tell us about it?
Well, I've always had a real big thing for art, you know? Moved in here a good long while back. Got to whittle my days away just people watching and gazing at fine art. I wasn't worshipped or nothing, but I weren't lonely neither.
Sounds like a good life.
I was happy. Real happy.
Well, I mean, if you don't want us to talk to you, you can just stay rather than just walking away. That's a bit rude. Yeah. What are we going to do with Atakk? We should listen to everything he has to say. We were going to, Alicia. Oh my god. But yeah, I didn't realise that you could actually leave Atakk. Unless it doesn't let you? I haven't actually tested this. I will test it and get back to you on that.
But ever since the countries took to fighting, the humans started to get real nasty. That country's bad, they'd say. That country's art is bad. Slash it. Burn it.
So they used art just as fuel for the fires of war.
It's true.
And that ain't the half of it. That's when they started to move the art on the black market.
Oh, so that's where it all went.
They were laughing and clutching their money in their grubby little hands. Hooray for war! Hooray for profits! I got so mad, so dejected, I felt my anger bubbling up, but I was beyond caring. And then... that's when I became a Hellion.
It's not your fault, Atakk.
Thanks, son. I appreciate it and all, but I'd like to be alone for a little while.
Fair enough, Atakk. Dear God, he went through a lot. Poor little Norman dude. So now we know the truth behind the museum. Come on. Atakk is not to blame. The fault lies with the kingdom and its inhabitants. Lila? Alicia is very responsible for her kingdom, but it just harkens back to that skit from last episode where they're very worried about her. I'm worried about her.
Never thought that the source of all that malevolence would be the love of art.
Yeah, that was unexpected.
It's the Kingdom of Highland that caused Atakk such pain. If only I had been able to do something.
Malevolence can come from anyone's spirit.
Especially when that spirit holds hate for other people.
And for us Seraphim, the influence we receive from the vessel in particular can be a danger.
So if I started generating malevolence, it'd put everyone in danger?
All of us could become Hellions. Saray, Alicia, the people in their despair cling to those with power that surpasses theirs far more tightly than you may imagine. Do not undervalue your ideals, nor the things that are in your power to accomplish. A shepherd's emotions towards the people he rescues are also his greatest enemy, in a way.
Okay, understood.
Didn't she just tell you not to be so stiff and serious?
Oh, I guess you're right.
But I suppose I don't need to worry about you.
We'll get started so you don't have to.
Just doing what's within our power, right?
Well, that's that then. I think there's another conversation. Yeah. At least we purified a powerful Hellion. Go on. Indeed, we are progressing in leaps and bounds. Even so, the town is still cloaked in malevolence. We need to continue our investigations. And we'll do that on the next episode. With that star that's over there. So, for now, I would like to thank you all very much for watching. I would like to ask you to leave your comments and thoughts down below, especially about like the things that I've brought up in this episode. What do you think about the Norman, about Atakk? He's unique, to be sure. What do you think about Marlind? Do you like this place more than I do? I guess, I don't know. Again, I'd once again like to apologise for the inconvenience with post-commentary. I'm hoping that this file hasn't corrupted without me knowing. So I'd like to thank you again for watching. I'd like to thank you for listening. I hope you have a great day. And I'll see you next time.